Imagine waking up to a completely normal day. Cars move forward, planes cross the sky and waves hit the shores as always. But suddenly, something impossible happens. The Earth stops spinning. Not forever. Just 5 seconds. Seems like a short time, right? But those 5 seconds could be enough to destroy entire cities, cause gigantic tsunamis and change life on the planet forever. Even if you don't feel it, you are traveling at an incredible speed right now. The Earth constantly rotates on its axis. And at the equator, that speed reaches approximately 1,670 kilometers per hour. That's faster than many commercial airliners. The reason we don't fly away is because everything rotates with the planet, the atmosphere, the oceans, the buildings, even your body. But if the Earth suddenly stopped, anything not firmly attached to the ground would continue to move. And there the disaster would begin. At the exact moment when the Earth stopped spinning, human beings would continue moving at hundreds of kilometers per hour due to inertia. It would be like traveling in a car at maximum speed and hitting a wall instantly. The buildings would collapse. Trees would be uprooted. Cars, trains, and planes would lose control. The wind would become an invisible monster. The atmosphere would not immediately stop along with the Earth. That would cause supersonic winds capable of reaching devastating speeds. To put it in perspective, the most destructive hurricanes barely exceed 250 kilometers per hour. This would be several times worse. Entire cities would be wiped out in a matter of seconds. The oceans would also continue to move. Billions of tons of water would be violently thrown against the planet's coasts. The result, gigantic tsunamis crossing entire continents. Some waves could easily exceed hundreds of meters in height. Regions near the ocean would be the first to disappear. The Earth's rotation also affects the way water is distributed around the planet. Currently, centrifugal force causes the Earth to be slightly wider at the equator. If the planet stopped spinning, the water would slowly begin to move towards the poles. Large equatorial regions could become partially dry, while other areas would end up completely flooded. The Earth's rotation is responsible for the day and night cycle. If the Earth stopped for 5 seconds, the sun would appear to momentarily freeze in the sky. You probably wouldn't notice that small change, because by then, the chaos on the surface would already be absolute. The planes would have enormous problems staying stable. The air currents would change brutally in a matter of seconds. Many would lose lift. Others would be blown away by extreme winds. Even space routes could be affected. Global communications could collapse. GPS systems, internet and satellite networks would suffer enormous alterations due to the sudden change in the dynamics of the planet. For a few moments, the modern world would be practically disconnected. Now imagine something even worse. What would happen if the Earth never rotated again? One side of the planet would be permanently exposed to the sun, while the other would live in an eternal night. The temperatures would be extreme. Half the planet could become a scorching desert, and the other, in a frozen world. Life as we know it would probably disappear. Luckily, this is practically impossible. Stopping the Earth's rotation would require an absurd amount of energy. No known phenomenon could do so instantaneously. But this thought experiment helps us understand something incredible. We live on a perfectly balanced planet. Such a precise balance that even 5 seconds could change everything. The next time you see a sunrise, remember that you are traveling at thousands of kilometers per hour on a giant rock floating in space. And still, everything seems calm. That is what is truly incredible about our planet. If you liked this video, subscribe and join us in discovering the most fascinating mysteries of science and the universe. Because sometimes, the simplest questions hide the most terrifying answers.